Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life in the new earth, that you are preparing your vehicle. Your vehicle is your mind. That's the only way you're going to drive yourself into into the new earth is through a new perspective, a new story for your life, a new narrative. It's all mental. It's always been mental. The escape is mental. The imprisonment is mental. What more can I say? Special shout out, of course, to our Patreon family. Thank you so much for supporting us on this platform and on that platform and enabling us to continue to bring the Wake Up Africa news to our people. Thanks to every single person that is purchasing our new single, Change My Mind. I've received some beautiful, amazing, emails from you about the healing vibrations. Of course, we acknowledge the ancestors in the wind always, family. I'm literally in the middle of paradise, in the fifth dimension, reporting live and direct, family, from the Maya Miko collective. Where the Dr. Mumbi Healing Center is. I mean, family, I'm in a new world. I'm in a new reality. And the reason I actually keep doing this is because I'm hoping I can pull one of you or two of you into this new reality with me wherever you are. We don't even need to be in the same physical space, but it's all about a new mental and spiritual dimension that is way more sophisticated than what people are dealing with on this level. That's actually what you'll realize is the most important thing, family. And that's what differentiates you from the 3D people, is that you're just more sophisticated in your thinking, in your spirituality, and you've kind of left those childlike kindergarten theories of religion and all that. You've graduated from them. You've moved beyond them, where they are no longer the frame of reference for your life. They're no longer the circle within which you live. You went beyond that circle and discovered other circles of reality, stories for other days. But family, there was so much interest when I shared the other day about how they were introducing palm, paying with your palm in the divided states and all kinds of, there's always those people who just don't see it. And they're like, no, but they said there would be an actual mark. Listen, if we were to see it with a spiritual eye, there's actually an eye here, family. There's a sense here. You can feel it. The more sensitive and spiritually light you become, you can feel yourself give energy out. You can feel the energy. Those of you who are chosen, maybe it's not for everyone. But when you pay with this, they're scanning literally your aura. And many of you are saying it's, bio, whatever, tech, and it's not exactly like that. But how do you know? You think they're telling you the whole truth and nothing but the truth? But what has actually surprised me, family, is as I looked more into this story, there's someone who shared this with me and I did a bit more research. In China, ever since the beginning of the pandemic, let's say in the 2020s, there have facial recognition payment has gained popularity, and there are over 100 million people using it right now. Facial recognition as well as palm recognition. And they say, unlike the United States, China already has widespread mobile payment as a primary method of making purchases. In some places, cash isn't accepted, only mobile payments. And this wallet-free reality is largely due to QR coding, blah, blah, blah. And then they go into how now facial recognition payment versus face ID. And they say that this ID came from the military, because there's this crazy Big Brother operation across China where they're literally face recognitioning everybody. They're monitoring their 1 point however many billion people 24/7. And so now that technology has moved on into the economics, where they're now saying you can pay by just scanning your face. You look into your face, they scan whatever. Remember, they said the mark would be the palm and the forehead. And the thing I've always felt about, I've always felt about the revelations and all these things are revealed about the mark of the beast. While on one side, it could be our ancient ones and our ancestors warning us. On another side, it could be a way that the Babylon system has used to make sure that these things will be in place by then, because this doctrine has been preached for 2,000 years. So everyone knows in the end there'll be facial recognition. Maybe that's even what they've used to pull in this AI spirit into our reality. Because nothing is as it seems. And if it's all mental, then if they convince us this is the end of the world, or if they convince the majority of that collective consciousness that the world is going to end this way and people will have a mark and they'll do this and they'll do that, if enough people are living the lie, are being in that lie by their belief, then guess what? That's the cycle their world, that matrix is going to go into. And that's why we have to spiral out of that matrix and start to create our own communities and our own mental realities, knowing that we will find our soul family, just having faith that if we move out, a new reality will form and we'll be ready to move into that, because we can be in both and we can't wait in this low reality for the new reality to manifest. We got to go now. Wake up, Africa. So family, the reason I even share this story is to let you know that in the 2 years when they had us in these lockdowns and they had us in all these situations, they were rolling out the final bit of their plan in full earnest. They launched that in China, 100 million people picked it up. Already that's enough of an energetic frequency to spread that AI now to the world, because it's all about energy and it's all about controlling different group consciousnesses, the energy of those different group consciousnesses, like the Black community, the Africans, controlling them with certain narratives so that you can harvest their energy and use their energy to implement your new world order. Because they don't have the energetic means to implement it. They don't have the fuel. They just have a strategy and some crazy psycho ideas that they've put in these revelations. Because if people really knew what revelations was, they'd be like, that's not my truth. That's not the way the world ends for me. And I've been saying that for so long. That's not how I see it, because I don't see that world. I won't be in the world, in that world, when it comes to an end. That's why I can't see it, because I'm hopping onto a new world. But you have to have it in you that that is not how the world ends. So when you're quoting revelations, they said in the end there'd be palm, whatever, you know that in their end, these are the things they'd be trying to implement. But what if their end is your beginning? And so it's just becoming we acknowledge the ancestors in the wind and the ancient ones all among us. We're so honored to have them as our guiding and shining light family. But when we see these things, 100 million people take on face and palm paying with their face and palm in China. Then it gets introduced in the divided states. It's literally now going to be spiraled into the rest of the world. And then they use it as like a, they try and make it like a cool thing when it's a thing of imprisonment. So in China, they used WeChat, which is like their WhatsApp kind of thing. Or is it like their WhatsApp or their Facebook or something? Where a lot of young people, it's like one of the coolest platforms. And they used the facial recognition and all of that they had there and enabled their almost 1 billion subscribers to be able to pay with their palm and their face. And then now they just shift, sold that technology to supermarkets and stuff. Like all of this is also being used to make them rich. But what this should tell you, family, is come out of Babylon. Because Babylon is facing collapse. Like Babylon is already collapsing. Some of us have been to that future where we see Babylon totally gone. And so many of our people get caught up and have to go into a long cycle of getting themselves out until the ships return again. But those are stories, family, for other days. But no. The more you see what they talk about in Revelations, because Revelations is their story, they're revealing what they're doing in the end and what may happen to them or what they saw happening to them when they did what they did. The more you see that, family, the more you see those signs coming into play, know that you have increasingly less time to be entangled in the crazy, psychotic, drug-induced, religious psychosis of Babylon, and you need to get out. Tuko pamoja.
Oh, it's time to rise and shine. Time to get what's mine, yeah. And I want it all beyond the riches of the world. to the promises of God for my life.